So we got another project here. I figured I'd make another video because it's a pretty simple project. Looks like only 4 pages. Um, so here we go. It looks like this is a PDF file because, as you can see, no pixels here. And I'm going to try to create some labels so that if you pay attention right here, it's just labeled as 1, 2, 3, 4. But we want this to be shown for 4. So page A1, page 2, A2, A3, A4. So looks like it is a house. Springfield, okay, we don't need to know that. Rear elevation, front elevation. Scale is 1/4 per foot. Let's see. Frost walls, 3'6". Perfect. Sometimes it's important to read the notes. All construction, contractors. Okay. So let's go look. All construction, project. Okay. Uh-oh. This looks scanned. Yeah, you see it? It's pixelated. Oh, but this isn't. Okay. Interesting. Okay. So what do we have? Triforce, that's wood. This is concrete information. 24 inch by 24 inch for 12 inch high footings with 4-inch diameter concrete filled steel columns. Okay. All right. Slope. Okay, so there's a slab here, slab here. Okay. Again, scale is 1/4 per inch. What's the title? All right, so this looks like a new house being built in Northford. Let's check the scale. 1/4 per foot. Let's look at the given measurements. We're gonna get a ruler, measuring tape. It's about 1/2 inch off. So let's mark this up. It's about an inch off, actually. Three-quarters, so it's not super off. Right? 21 feet. Uh-oh. So it looks like the scale's a bit off. I mean, a couple inches, nothing crazy. I don't like that though. I mean, if it was less, it'd be a problem, but since we're adding an inch, it shouldn't really. 30'6". So it's adding 3 inches here. Okay. Let's calibrate. So with this calibrate tool, we set the points and then tell the system what to measure. So 9 foot, 10 inch. Apply scale, and voila. These are much better now. 5/8, half inch off here. Quarter of an inch now. This is much better. Much happier now. All right, so let's measure here. Oops. Right on. All right, let's add our layers. Walls. There's not really a footing schedule on this project, so I'll just leave it as footings. I'll count these as. Nah, you know what? I want to make their own. These are spread footings. Okay. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. These are. The label is going to be 2 foot by 2 foot by 1 foot tall. Here's 1. Here's 2. Here's 3. 4. Actually, there was 5. Nothing in the walls. Excellent. We can actually give this a depth. This is 1, 2, actually 2. We want cubic feet. Square feet's fine. Cubic yard. So we want to show that volume. That's all we need. There we go. We're gonna lasso. Uh-oh. What we didn't do is we did not layer calibrations. So we'll turn these off. Lasso our calibrations. Layer calibration. We'll shut those off. And now we're back to business. I wonder if, it does. Beautiful. So perfect. So this program actually lets me add a materials cost if I were to insert the value, and then I can get a report down here. This is actually getting marked as footings. We don't want that. So let's turn that back on. We'll select the whole thing by lassoing it. Yeah, perfect. Okay, so now this is not labeled footings. Perfect. Okay. Footings first. Let's get some linear feet here. We'll do let's make these footings purple, violet, pink-ish, and we'll make this very thick. And you know what? We'll add dash lines to it. Perfect. So footings outside always. You just go and click all the corners. Excellent. So I don't like that. So we will make that a solid line. Okay, perfect. This is footings. This is taken into account. This is taken into account. This is taken into account. What isn't taken into account is from here up. So grab our tool, start measuring. Same here. Corners to corners to corners. And then this here to this outside, to this, to that. And then we'll run it from here, down here, to here. Perfect. So let's turn these off. We're going to lasso the whole thing, and we don't want the captions or show segmented values. We don't. We just want to see the total linear footage, and we also want to change this back to a solid line. And we are done measuring our footings. So these are footings. Perfect. Footings, 345 linear feet of footings. That's done. Now I have to add them to the layer. Lasso this thing up and add them to the footing layer. Shut that off. Now we get to measure our walls. Let's create one for walls. These we will make this bluish color. Nah. Green. Again, we will make these thicker than usual. We don't want to see the segments. We want to see this in green. All right, again, outside of the walls, always. That wall ends there. There's an opening here because I'm presuming this is a garage. Must be. Come on. Perfect. So then we're going to continue measuring our wall, and wall. Here's some more walls. We'll run it from here. And I believe that's it. What's this dotted line here? There's no real okay, wait, hold on. 2 microlam LVL. Okay, so this is wood. LVLs are wood. And that does it for our walls. Now we're going to lasso them up. They're all selected now, and we will add them to the walls. Okay. And now we are going to figure out the square footage so we can figure out the concrete for the slab. So favorite tool, dynamic fill, hit the J on the keyboard. I don't think we need to apply any boundaries because this is a pretty solid line here, so I think it's going to come and fill right over through these dotted lines. Let's give it a shot. Slab. And let's do this. Perfect. Same thing here. It's gonna run through these. Uh-oh. Backspace to go back on your points. See, the reason why we're setting boundaries on this is because when the slab gets poured, actually, man, it really all depends on how this sits or how it gets poured, but I'm gonna set the boundaries just because I think that these get poured to the top of the slab. All right, excellent. Now we can fill it up. Let's fill it pretty fast. Oh, it filled it up. Can I undo? I must be able to. Yes, okay. So, fill speed. Maybe we went too fast. Uh-oh. What's going on? Uh-oh. It's not respecting my boundary. I guess if I'm easy. Oh. Oh, I see why. I see why. Because this is allowing the fill to seep in. That kind of defeats the purpose of this tool because I like it because it's so fast. All right, so what we're gonna do here is, what are we gonna do? Let's go slow. Slow is not what we want, but ugh. Man, I know it's gonna hit that. Okay. Can I cut it out after? Let me see if I can add another layer. Make it extra strong. Super boundary. You know, it's not always, things don't always go the way we plan. So we must pivot. Setting our boundaries. Oh, I think this is why it seeps in. Because the solid lines are basically our boundaries, but if it has something protruding through, it will allow it to go through. I think we're okay. Yeah, see, look at here. We should be good now. Uh-oh, what happened here? Let's see. That didn't really work. All right, you know what? We'll just have to subtract. This is getting poured. This is getting poured. Okay. All right. At the end of the day, what are we adding here? It's 2 feet by 2 feet is how many square feet times 2 feet is 4 square feet times 5. So we added 20 square feet. So from our total square footage, all we have to do is subtract 20 square feet. So here's our slab. We have 2,952 square feet minus 20. So modern problems require modern solutions. This says it's 3,257. 3,000. 3,257, and we've got 2,952. That's pretty darn close because we're measuring the inside, and I'm sure these guys count outside to outside. So we're good. It's right on. Turn that off. I want to make it a little darker. There we go. Cool. And we're done. We've got this thing measured out. We have footings. We have 345 linear feet of footings. Slab, there's about 3,000 square feet. Spread footings, we've got we have a yard worth of concrete. And the walls are 323 linear feet of walls that we know are 3'6" tall.